welcome everybody to the live stream. So yeah, I decided to do an impromptu live stream today because we're going to be discussing and reacting to the Saturn Awards nominations. If you don't know what the Saturn Awards are, it's pretty much an award show that's geared towards generally like what's the word I'm looking for? More genre-esque content. Actually, maybe I should share this live stream. Hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah. This sounds great. And in case you're wondering why the sound actually sounds really good this time, that's because I got a new microphone. You could see me testing this a couple days ago. No, actually, I think it was yesterday. I was testing this. But yeah, I can get really loud, and the audio won't sound like absolute garbage. Hell, let me just make sure. Yeah, this microphone is fantastic. I love it so much. Again, let me just share the stream. Yeah, let me just so yeah. Yeah, I'm just sharing it to Facebook and Twitter. Alright, there's Twitter. Now, let me just get Facebook. No, that was Facebook. This is Twitter. Yeah, alright. There we go. So, hey, yeah. So far, no one's in the stream right now. Love to see how everything goes. But yeah, hold on. Yeah, in case another thing that I'm checking on my phone over is that I'm actually expecting groceries to arrive soon. But goddamn, like I haven't had any luck. So yeah. Like it's delayed, and it was supposed to be here between 9 and 10, so that I could have time to do this stream, but apparently that, I don't know when the groceries are coming. So, yeah, let me just, Yeah, again, we don't have, looks like we don't have anyone in the chat right now, but I guess we might as well go on to the Saturn Awards nominations. Now, like I said, the Saturn Award, I don't know. The Saturn Awards are interesting. I don't think they hold much value, but they're at least interesting. It's generally geared more towards genre entertainment and less on Oscar. More or less on Oscar contenders, although sometimes Oscar contenders will get in there for some, like for example, when The Shape of Water was nominated for Best Fantasy Film at the Saturn Awards, and yet The Shape of Water also won Best Picture at the Oscars. So you'll have genre movies that were that were nominated for major Oscars nominated, but then there's some really odd ones that we'll especially get to here in a bit that I just really quite honestly don't understand. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Alright, the Saturn Awards nominees. Now, yeah, first we're going to get into Best Superhero Film, and we have The Batman, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home, The Suicide Squad, and Thor Love and Thunder. We have Best Science Fiction, actually, first let's discuss the Best Superhero Film. Honestly, this is about more or less what I expected. I do kind of wish, I'd probably swap out Thor Love and Thunder in favor of Eternals, but granted, more people liked Thor Love and Thunder than Eternals, so I sort of get that. But overall, I mean, this is a great list of movies, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a culmination of, pretty much almost all of 2021, and up to now of 2022, at least I'm assuming. Which I've always find that weird. Why don't the Saturn Awards just have their ceremonies done, in every other award season? Why does it have to be in the middle of the year? Because, I prefer it when you're honoring a single year for, entertainment and stuff. Because, each year is sort of its own capsule in time. But, whatever. And I should also note that the Saturn Awards are voted on by pretty much anyone who can buy, who buys a membership. So technically I could do so. And, I could become a Saturn Awards voting member. So, again, take these with a bit of a grain of salt, especially once you get to the craft categories. So yeah. Best Science Fiction Film. Crimes of the Future, Dune, Free Guy, Godzilla vs. Kong, Jurassic World Dominion, and Nope. I'm trying to think if there's any major science fiction films that were omitted, but Jesus Christ, Jurassic World Dominion? That felt this is another issue I have with the Saturn Awards. It's that you have so many different categories for each different genre that inevitably you're going to get movies that aren't, pretty much any movie that falls under this banister that falls into a certain category can get nominated. I mean, hell, I think some of the Twilight movies were nominated for Best Horror Film, and I think The Happening was nominated for Best Horror Film. So it's again, it's slim pickings. Sometimes it becomes slim pickings, and Jurassic World, although there's gotta be a better science fiction film that came out, than this, right? I mean, what? Just Dominion? It was Best Fantasy Film, Cruella, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Green Knight, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I should also mention, maybe I should choose which ones I think should win. For Best Superhero Film, I think The Batman is going to win, but my personal choice would be Spider-Man No Way Home. So yeah. Best Science Fiction Film, my choice is easily going to be Dune. Dune is phenomenal. So yeah. And Best Fantasy Film, Best Fantasy Film, Cruella, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Green Knight, and then The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm not gonna lie, the only one, the only ones I haven't seen are Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I haven't seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So I've seen Cruella, Fantastic Beasts, Ghostbusters, and The Green Knight, and I'm not gonna lie, the only one I like out of those four is Ghostbusters Afterlife. I love that film, but I know a lot of people like Cruella. I didn't like Cruella. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, arguably even worse than Jurassic World Dominion. I don't know. I have to think about that. The Green Knight I thought was massively boring. I thought it was really, really boring. And also very pretentious as well. So yeah. Best horror film, we have A Quiet Place Part 2, The Black Phone, Last Night in Soho, The Night House, Scream, and X. I've only seen A Quiet Place Part 2 and Last Night in Soho, although, I will say, Candyman wasn't nominated. Candyman was awesome. I loved Candyman. But yeah, so between A Quiet Place Part 2 and Last Night in Soho, I'd probably pick Last Night in Soho. I think that was in my honorable mentions for my Or at least I would put it in my honorable mentions in the top 10 of 2021. Best action adventure film. Triple R, Rise, Roar, Revolt. Everyone's been raving about this, and I probably need to watch it. Death on the Nile, F9 The Fast Saga, No Time to Die, Top Gun Maverick, and West Side Story. Yeah, the West Side Story, don't get me wrong, I think out of all, okay, I've only seen No Time to Die, Top Gun Maverick, and West Side Story. And between those three, West Side Story I think is easily the best. But there's a bit of a, here's the thing, West Side Story being an action-adventure film? Was it really an action-adventure film? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it seems like the voting base really loved this movie, but, you know, but there was no other categories to put it in. So I'm just like, what's the point in, like, if this is an award show about, you know, if this is an award show about genre entertainment, what typical genre entertainment, like, or like, you know, what we think of to be as genre entertainment, then why are you putting in a musical drama, West Side Story? Because again, it feels like they put it in there just to make it fit, but it's like, even though I think it's the best one out of these movies, and, yeah, even though it's the best, I think it's the best movie out of the bunch, I still question why it's even in there for action-adventure. Best thriller film, Ambulance, Nightmare Alley, The Northman, Old, The Outfit, and Pig. I've only seen Nightmare Alley, The Northman, and Pig. I guess I'd probably pick The Northman, but I don't love The Northman. And also, I thought Pig was okay. I liked Pig, but I didn't think it was anything phenomenal. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. And also, I didn't like Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley is probably going to win, but it's like, I thought that film was so boring. It moves at a snail's pace. Best actor in a film. Timothée Chalamet for Dune, Tom Cruise for Top Gun Maverick, Idris Elba for The Suicide Squad, Tom Holland for Spider-Man No Way Home, Daniel Kaluuya for Nope, Simu Liu for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Robert Pattinson for The Batman. Like, this is probably what I typically think of for the Saturn Awards. I'm trying to look over here, see if there's anything worth noting. I'm a little bit surprised Ryan Reynolds wasn't in there. Or, you know, but, yeah. I think out of these, I'm not gonna lie, I might pick, I think, I don't know who's gonna win, but I think my personal pick might be Tom Holland. I think I saw the most emotional depth out of him. I actually have seen all these movies. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Daniel Kaluuya, I feel like I get that his character is supposed to be very closed off, but I don't think it quite worked as much as Jordan Peele thought it would, but, Best Actress in a Film, Cate Blanchett for Nightmare Alley, Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place Part 2, Zoe Kravitz for The Batman, Keke Palmer for Nope, Emma Stone for Cruella, Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Zendaya for Spider-Man No Way Home. I have not seen Everything Everywhere All at Once yet, so I can't quite say. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Cate Blanchett was nominated. Like, Cate Blanchett in the SAG Awards was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. So wouldn't she be play a supporting role in that film? Out of these, if I had to pick out of these, again, I can't say Michelle Yeoh because I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, although I really do need to see it. I do need to see that film. But out of all these, I'd pick Emma Stone for Cruella. I didn't like the movie, but I thought she was great in it. So, there's that. Best Supporting Actor in a Film. We have Paul Dano for the Batman, Colin Farrell for the Batman, Ethan Hawke for the Black Phone, Richard Jenkins for Nightmare Alley, Alfred Molina for Spider-Man No Way Home, Ke Huy Quan, I hope I didn't butcher that name, for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Benedict Wong for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, there's a couple of big surprises here. Willem Dafoe and Andrew Garfield not being on this. Like, actually, yeah, no, not, I would assume, like, the way, you know, typically thinking of the Saturn Awards, you would think they'd have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and and especially Willem Dafoe in there for supporting actor. Like, that would, like, that, like, because again, those three, like, that would absolutely be something the Saturn Awards would do. So, I'm kind of surprised they didn't make it on the list. If I had to pick out of these, especially since, like, I would absolutely put Willem Dafoe in there at least, and probably Andrew Garfield. But if I can't put, but yeah, they're not in there, so I'd probably pick, I haven't seen The Black Phone, and again, I haven't seen Everything Everywhere. I'd probably, out of these, I'd probably pick Colin Farrell for the Batman. Like, and who knows, maybe he could get nominated for the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor? Then again, I don't know if, because, like, it seems like all the buzz regarding the Batman has kind of slowed down. Whereas something like Everything Everywhere All at Once just it's still in the discussion, and plus, you know, also Top Gun Maverick keeps getting in the discussion, so there's that. So yeah, Best Supporting Actress in a Film: Awkwafina for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Jodie Comer for Free Guy, Carrie Coon for Ghostbusters Afterlife, Viola Davis for The Suicide Squad, Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Diana Rigg for Last Night in Soho, and Marissa Tomei for Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, I haven't seen Everything Everywhere, but I have seen the rest of them. I'm surprised Margot Robbie for The Suicide Squad hasn't been anywhere here so far. Hasn't been nominated in the acting categories, which is crazy. Out of these, I'd probably pick Diana Rigg for Last Night in Soho, probably. I thought she was very like her performance was great. The character was intriguing, all that stuff. Okay, this is what I was really surprised over. Best Younger Actor in a Film: Noah Jupe for A Quiet Place Part 2, Madeline McGraw for The Black Phone, Millicent Simmons for A Quiet Place Part 2, Mason Thames for The Black Phone, Jacob Tremblay for Luca, and Finn Wolfhard for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Okay, here's where I'm shocked. McKenna Grace didn't get in there for Ghostbusters Afterlife? Like, that was literally her movie, and she's not in this? Like, she's not in this list? And you have Finn Wolfhard, cool, yeah. But also, also, here's another weird thing about Best Younger Actor in a Film. It's that, you know, for example, for the longest time, Tom Holland would constantly be nominated in this category, even though he was, like, in his mid-20s. Like, I remember, like, a couple years ago, for Spider-Man Far From Home, he was nominated for Best Younger Actor in a Film. Zendaya was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, even though Tom Holland is older than Zendaya. It's like, I'm pretty sure he's older than her. And so I'm like, that doesn't make any, again, it didn't make any sense. So, yeah. Best Film Direction. We have, for Best Younger Actor in a Film, it's hard to say. Maybe I'd pick Millicent Simmons for A Quiet Place Part 2, but again, I haven't seen The Black Phone, so. Best Film Direction: Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley, Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick, Jordan Peele for Nope, S.S. Rajamouli for Triple R, Rise, Roar, Revolt, Matt Reeves for The Batman, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, John Watts for Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, Steven Spielberg is a bit of a surprise in this. Also, here's an interesting thing. Where's Denis Villeneuve for Dune? Like, that was, again, that's the weird thing. Like, Dune is getting snubbed in some of these major categories. Well, we'll get to some of the others in a bit. But, like Dune was, like, the big, you know, fantasy, like, the big sci-fi film nominated for the Oscars, which doesn't happen a whole lot. And so to see it get snubbed for direction, I'm shocked over. If I had to pick, I guess I'd pick Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. But I think maybe Matt Reeves could win this, but then again, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to, predict. Best film writing. The Batman, The Black Phone, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nightmare Alley, Nope, Scream, Spider-Man No Way Home. And once again, surprisingly, Dune isn't on here, which is crazy. I probably pick, again, I haven't seen Black Phone, and I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. Scream is a bit of a surprise. I haven't seen Scream, but I've heard that it got good reviews, but not like the greatest review, but not like incredible reviews, so that's a bit of a surprise. So, but again, out of the ones I've seen, I'd probably pick The Batman. So yeah. Best, okay, I don't know why it says best film producer designer. I think this is a bit of a typo. I think that whoever wrote this meant to say best production designer, as in like set design. We have The Batman, Cruella, Dune, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Last Night in Soho, Nightmare Alley, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Again, I haven't seen Everything Everywhere, but I have seen all the others. I would pick Dune. Like, the way they created those worlds. Granted, I think The Batman is a close second. But I mean, like, I think one of the big draws to Dune is its production design. It's Dune. It's straight up Dune. So yeah. Best film editing. Ambulance, The Batman, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nightmare Alley, Nope, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Top Gun Maverick. This is interesting. I haven't seen Ambulance and I haven't seen Everything Everywhere. So, which one would I pick? Let's see if anyone's in the chat. Nope, no one's in the chat. Just me. So, yeah. If I had to pick best film editing, you know what? I may pick The Batman. Like, that movie's nearly 3 hours long, and it sang. Like, that movie sang. And Nightmare Alley, I definitely wouldn't give the award to. Again, one of my big problems with Nightmare Alley was that it was so boring, and that's the thing. And that's the thing, like, it's all about pacing, like, how, like, the editing, and I'm not saying it needs, I mean, hell, I'm not saying, you know, it needs to be, like, fast-paced. I mean, hell, I wouldn't call The Batman a fast-paced film, but I would say, like, especially given that it was nearly 3 hours long, and it still felt very, very strong, I'd probably pick that for best film editing. Best, and again, no Dune, which is strange. Best music in a film. The Batman, Crimes of the Future, Cruella, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Nightmare Alley, Nope, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Once again, no Dune, which is, it's so weird. What is with the Saturn Awards, and they're just not really into Dune all that much? Like, no love for Denis Villeneuve, or the writing, or the music. And it's going to get even crazier than that. So if I can't have Dune in there, I guess I might have to put in, I guess my pick would probably be it would be The Batman. I mean, I've seen all these movies except for Crimes of the Future. I haven't seen that, but other than maybe, you know, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, no other movie in this list had like had a score that really stood out to me other than the Batman. Although Shang-Chi did have that although I'm gonna go with the Batman. Best film costume, man. Who's writing this shit? Like, who's like, Jesus Christ, did they not have a fucking autocorrect or like something? Like, why? Like I don't know. It's just the way it's said is so weird. Anyways, the Batman, Cruella, Dune. Oh shit, some actual Dune rep here. It's saying The Eternals, even though the movie's just called Eternals. So I don't know why the "the's" there. Nightmare Alley, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Thor: Love and Thunder. I think out of all these, my pick would probably be Dune. Yeah, Dune. Best makeup in a film: Army of the Dead, The Batman, Crimes of the Future, Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Suicide Squad, and Thor: Love and Thunder. Out of all these, I think I'd probably pick the Batman, especially given how, you know, especially given the, you know, what they did with, with Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Like, he looked amazing. So, there's that. So yeah, I'd probably go with the Batman. This one is weird. Best film visual / special effects: Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Godzilla vs. Kong, Jurassic World Dominion, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Top Gun Maverick. No Dune? Are you kidding me? No, like, Dune isn't on here? I mean, look, I do agree with, like, Doctor Strange, Ghostbusters, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, whatnot. Yeah, cool. But no Dune. Dune had like the best visual effects I've seen since the Lion King remake. Like, Dune isn't on here. Or actually, do I think Dune had better effects than The Irishman or Gemini Man? I don't know. I have to think about that. But, or at least like since 2019, Dune has had the best visual effects I've seen since 2019. It's just also like, okay, let's talk about this in depth for a second. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, again, that's a no-brainer. So obviously, yes. I still think come next year's Oscar season, the two movies I guarantee you are going to get nominated for best visual effects will be Avatar: The Way of Water and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think those are your two locks for next year's Oscars. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I'm glad to see it getting some rep, because I'm still sad that Ghostbusters Afterlife got snubbed at the Oscars. I was so sure of that film getting nominated, I swear to God. But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong, I mean, its effects were good, but I think at this point we've kind of seen what. But I wouldn't nominate it. Like, if I had the entire ballpark of 2021 and half of 2022, I wouldn't nominate Godzilla vs. Kong. Jurassic World Dominion. No. The CGI, for the most part, is really good in Dominion, but there's also some really shitty-looking animatronics. So there's that. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, that's a possibility, although I have to think about this, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... See, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, 7 nominees, so we'll have to... Maybe I'll try to think of, like, what my 7 nominees would be. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home... Spider-Man No Way Home, I think, is easy. That's easy for me. And Top Gun Maverick. I don't think I would nominate Top Gun Maverick. I don't think. I really do need to see a visual effects breakdown for Top Gun Maverick to see exactly how much of it was CGI. Like, how much of it was visual effects. Okay. So we have 7 movies in here for visual effects. I would nominate... Actually, you know what? You know what? Give me a second here. We're gonna take a little trip down. We're gonna take a good look at we're gonna see which films I would nominate for which 7 films I would nominate for best visual effects at the Oscars. All right. All right, let me just make sure. This is gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be the title. All right, yeah. All right, let's go back to the graphic cam. All right, what would be my nominees for best visual effects? Again, there's 7 films, so. Yeah, like, yeah, so yeah. 7 films. I can pick 7 films in no particular order. Dune, easily. Like, that's easy. Actually, let me make this a little bit bigger. And you know, maybe I'll do a couple of different things here. I don't know, just gonna make it a little fun. Maybe I won't. Alright, yeah, so we have Dune. My second pick would be Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's easy. I think my third pick would be Ghostbusters Afterlife. Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that would be my fourth pick. Number 5. What let's see. What was like? Oh yeah. Actually, wait. I know I had a little list on here. Because I'm trying to think if there's any. I don't think so far there are. I don't think so far there are any. I don't think there are so far any visual effects of yeah, so what? Oh, actually, yeah, here we go. Alright, then I'd have Free Guy. I think Free Guy would be my 5th pick. My 6th pick would be The Suicide Squad. And for 7th place, I'd put in... yeah. Jungle Cruise. So yeah, if I had to pick, like, and in case you're wondering why I'm going all in on the visual effects part, I really love visual effects. I really do love visual effects. So I think since there are 7 nominees for best visual effects here, I think if it were me controlling it, these would be my nominees. In no particular order. Well, I guess technically in order of preference: Dune, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Spider-Man No Way Home, Free Guy, The Suicide Squad, and Jungle Cruise. But again, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that a movie like Dune didn't get in there for visual effects. I'm really shocked over that. Like, that is insane. Again, considering it is, you know, considering it is that big Oscar film the big fantasy film that was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, and even won visual effects at the Oscars. The fact that it didn't even get nominated here is insanity to me. So yeah, whatever. Yeah. So, but I mean, I shouldn't be that surprised, because also the Visual Effects Society Awards aren't not the Visual Effects Society Awards. The Saturn Awards aren't like this. Like, for the visual effects category, it's not voted on by visual effects people, or like it's just voted by. Like I said, the Saturn Awards are voted by anyone who buy memberships. So there's that. So yeah, Best International Film. Triple R, Rise, Roar, Revolt, Downton Abbey, A New Era, Eiffel, I'm Your Man, Riders of Justice, and Silent Night. I'm not gonna lie, the only ones I've even heard of are Triple R and Downton Abbey. Although I'm pretty sure Triple R is going to win. Best Independent Film, Alice, Dream Horse, Duel, Gold, Mass, and Watcher. Mass is interesting because it's not a genre film at all, not in any sense. And so, it's a really small scale kind of movie, and I'm kind of surprised it's on here. So yeah, but I guess out of all these, Mass was the only one I saw. Best Animated Film, we have The Addams Family 2, Encanto, Lightyear, Luca, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, and Minions, The Rise of Gru. Rise Up, Gru Nation. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've only seen Encanto, Lightyear, and Luca. I didn't care for Luca all that much. I feel like it was a bit standard. I loved Encanto, and I also... I finally saw Lightyear. I saw it on Disney+. Lightyear is phenomenal. I loved Lightyear so much. I thought that film was fan-freaking-tastic. So... yeah, I think out of all of these, Encanto might win, Luca might win, Marcel might win, I don't know. But, you know, I definitely haven't seen Addams Family 2. So we'll see that. Alright, now we're getting into the TV categories, which I'm not gonna lie, I have less of a, I have less of a knowledge of. But here we go. Best Science Fiction Television Series for Network or Cable. The Flash, The Man Who Fell to Earth, Supergirl, Superman and Lois, Resident Alien, and Westworld. Isn't Westworld on HBO? Now, what I will say, I have seen Superman and Lois. I think I'm into episode 12 right now, and so far, I love Superman and Lois. Like, apparently, it's not really canon to the, it's not really canon to Arrowverse. So that's really cool. But so far, at least up to episode 12, I haven't caught up with it all the way yet. But I'm loving Superman and Lois. Best Fantasy Television Series, Network or Cable. DC's Stargirl, Doctor Who, Ghosts, La Brea, Riverdale, Shining Vale. I've heard nothing but horrible things. Actually, not just horrible things about Riverdale. I've only heard hilariously bad things about Riverdale. So, yeah. Best Horror Film Television Series, Network or Cable. American Horror Story Double Feature, Chucky, Fear the Walking Dead, From The Walking Dead, and What We Do in the Shadows. Haven't seen any of these. Best Action Thriller Television Series, Network or Cable, Better Call Saul, Big Sky, The Blacklist, Dexter New Blood, Dark Winds, Outlander, and Yellow Jackets. Best Actor in a Network/Cable Series, Chiwetel Ejiofor for The Man Who Fell to Earth, Tyler Hoechlin for Superman and Lois, Coleman Domingo for Fear the Walking Dead, Harold Perrineau from Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul, Michael C. Hall for Dexter New Blood, and Sam Heughan for Outlander. Best Actress in a Network/Cable Series, Katrina Balfe for Outlander, Kylie Bunbury for Big Sky, Courtney Cox for Shining Vale, Melanie Linsky for Yellow Jackets, Rose McIver for Ghosts, Rhea Seehorn for Better Call Saul, and Elizabeth Tulloch for Superman and Lois. Best Supporting Actor in a Network Cable Series, Jonathan Banks for Better Call Saul, Tony Dalton for Better Call Saul, Patrick Fabian for Better Call Saul, Harvey Guillen for What We Do in the Shadows, Michael James Shaw for The Walking Dead, Michael Mando for Better Call Saul, and Brandon Scott James for Ghosts. Best Supporting Actress in a Network or Cable Series, Emmanuel Shrieky, or Shrieky, I think it's Shrieky, for Superman and Lois, Lauren Cohan for The Walking Dead, Jania Gavinkar for Big Sky, Julia Jones for Dexter New Blood, Melissa McBride for The Walking Dead, Danielle Panabaker for The Flash, and Sophie Skelton for Outlander. Best Performance by a Younger Actor, Network or Cable Series, Jack Alcott for Dexter New Blood, Zachary Arthur for Chucky, Breck Basinger for Stargirl, Gus Burney for Shining Vale, Jordan Elsass for Superman and Lois, and Alex Garfin for Superman and Lois. Best Guest Starring Performance in a Network or Cable Series, Michael Biehn for The Walking Dead, or Bine, Rachel Harris for Ghosts, Jesse James Keitel for Big Sky, Jeffrey Dean Morgan for The Walking Dead, Fisher Stevens for The Blacklist, Jennifer Tilly for Chucky, and Aisha Tyler for Fear the Walking Dead. Best Animated Series, Arcane, Blade Runner, The Black Lotus, The Boys Presents Diabolical, Invincible, Star Trek Lower Decks, Star Wars The Bad Batch, and What If. I think What If is probably going to win this. Or Arcane. Arcane could win this too. Best Science Fiction Series for streaming, The Expanse, For All Mankind, Lost in Space, The Mandalorian, The Orville New Horizons, Star Trek Discovery, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. This I have a little, granted I've only seen The Mandalorian, so I guess I can't really say that much about it. The Best Fantasy Series for streaming, Loki, Russian Doll, Schmigadoon, WandaVision, The Wheel of Time, and The Witcher. I guess I've only seen WandaVision, and Loki. I've seen WandaVision and Loki. Best Horror Thriller Series streaming, Creepshow, Evil, Servant, Severance, Squid Game, and Stranger Things. So yeah. Best Action Adventure Series for streaming, we have Bosch Legacy, The Boys, Cobra Kai, Leverage, Redemption, Peacemaker, Reacher, and Umbrella Academy. I have seen The Boys and Peacemaker. Both those are so freaking good. I might pick The Boys for this. I think I might, if I had to pick between those two, I'd probably pick The Boys. Best Limited Event Series for streaming. Weirdly enough, I've seen most of these. The Book of Boba Fett, Hawkeye, Midnight Mass, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I haven't seen Midnight Mass, but I have seen all the others. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a very slim list here. I thought Book of Boba Fett was okay. I thought Hawkeye was decent. I didn't like Miss Marvel. I thought Moon Knight was decent, and I didn't like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess I probably would pick Moon Knight, but that's not really an enthusiastic thumbs up. I guess it's the best one here. Best actor in a streaming series. Tom Hiddleston for Loki, Oscar Isaac for Moon Knight, Anthony Mackie for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Hold up. Ewan McGregor for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anson Mount for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Adam Scott for Severance, and Anthony Starr. I think it's actually Anthony, not Anthony. Anthony Starr for The Boys. Okay, here's something weird. Wait, Falcon Winter Soldier. Why wasn't fucking Falcon Winter Soldier nominated anywhere? Like, that show was amazing. Or at least I thought it was amazing. Like, that's weird. So yeah. I guess if I had to pick out of any one of these, I guess actually, I'd pick Anthony Starr for The Boys. I'd pick him. The dude is freaking scary. I was about to say, like, I didn't like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but I did love Ewan McGregor in it. I thought he gave a great performance. But I mean, Anthony Starr in The Boys, he was that good. Actually, yeah, the only ones I haven't seen in this list are Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Severance. I haven't seen those, but Best Actress in a Streaming Series. Millie Bobby Brown for Stranger Things, Britt Lauer for Severance, Erin Moriarty for The Boys, Elizabeth Olsen for WandaVision, Beth Riesgraf for Leverage Redemption, Kate Siegel for Midnight Mass, and Ming-Na Wen for The Book of Boba Fett. I guess I'd probably pick, granted, I've only seen The Boys, WandaVision, and The Book of Boba Fett, so I guess out of all these, I'd probably pick Elizabeth Olsen for WandaVision. Best Supporting Actor in a Streaming Series. Zach Cherry for Severance, Ethan Hawke for Moon Knight, Joel Kinnaman for All Mankind, Elliot Page for The Umbrella Academy, Ethan Peck for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Joseph Quinn for Stranger Things, and John Turturro for Severance. Love to see some Elliot Page love here. Preach. But I guess out of all these, I've only seen Moon Knight, so yeah. But still, I'm rocking that Elliot Page love. Dude's awesome. Best Supporting Actress in a Streaming Series. Patricia Arquette for Severance, Danielle Brooks for Peacemaker, Jess Bush for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Nell Tiger Free for Servant, Kathryn Hahn for WandaVision, Moses Ingram for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Elise Shannon for Leverage Redemption. Again, I've only seen Peacemaker, WandaVision, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Although I didn't like where the character of Reva went in Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I thought Moses Ingram gave a good performance. Like, she was good in it. I just didn't think her character... her character started off great, I thought, but her character just sort of became not as good as I was hoping she would be. So yeah. It's also continued. Best Guest Starring Performance in a Streaming Series. Jensen Ackles for The Boys, LeVar Burton for Leverage Redemption, Hayden Christensen for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rosario Dawson for The Mandalorian, Robert Englund for Stranger Things, Tony Dalton for Hawkeye, and Jonathan Majors for Loki. I've seen The Boys, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, actually, the only ones I haven't seen are Leverage and Stranger Things. So I guess I'd probably have to pick Jensen Ackles for The Boys, probably. I probably have to pick that. So, yeah, I probably would have to pick that. Best Performance by a Younger Actor in a Streaming Series. Vivian Lyra Blair for Obi-Wan Kenobi. She was young Princess Leia. Maxwell Jenkins for Lost in Space. Gaten Matarazzo for Stranger Things, Sadie Link for Stranger Things, Haley Steinfeld for Hawkeye, and Iman Vellani for Miss Marvel. Isn't Haley Steinfeld like 25? Like, like, what's the, like, that's the thing. What's the cap off to, what's the cap off to a, you know, like, to the younger actor category? Like, how, like, if it were me, wouldn't it make sense to, like, have the cap off, or, like, you know, once you're 18, then you start becoming eligible for, or at least, like, once you're 18, you start getting nominated for, like that's the cutoff, like, you can't be nominated for a younger performance, once you're 18, like, that, I think that would make the most sense, but, whatever. So, yeah, out of all these, I've only seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hawkeye, and Miss Marvel. I didn't like Miss Marvel, but I thought Iman Vellani was really good in it. Haley Steinfeld, I liked Hawkeye, but I thought Haley Steinfeld was really good as well. And again, I like Vivian Lyra Blair in Obi-Wan Kenobi, despite the fact that I didn't like that very much. So, yeah. Home entertainment. Best classic film release. The Incredible Shrinking Man, Master of the World, Special Edition, Secret of the Blue Room, Theater of Blood, Village of the Giants, and The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm. So there's that. I'm at this point, I'm probably just giving you these like giving you the information that as I'm reading it, because I don't really have a lot of thoughts on them. Best television series release: The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, seasons 1 and 2. Chucky, Season 1, Creepshow, Season 2, Kolchak, The Night Stalker, the complete series, Night Gallery, Season 1, and The $6 Million Man for the complete series. Best Film Collection Release, The Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection, Volume 2, The Ghost Ship / Bedlam Double Feature, Francis the Talking Mule, 7 Film Collection, The Godfather Trilogy 4K, Shawscope Volume 1, and Universal Classic Monsters Icons of Horror Collection 4K. Best 4K Special Edition Film Release, Blood for Dracula, Everything Everywhere All at Once, A Fistful of Dollars, Flesh for Frankenstein, For a Few Dollars More, The Great Escape, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And yeah, that is all of the, that's all of the nominations there. Again, I'm still shocked that Dune didn't make it to best visual effects. Like, that to me is just insanity. You have adults in their mid-20s. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, I think not Erin Moriarty. The girl who plays, like, the woman who plays Starlight in The Boys, I think in last year's Saturn Awards, was nominated for younger performance in a TV series, despite the fact that she was like probably 26, 27 when she was nominated. And I'm like, again, I just don't understand. I mean, look, she looks young. She looks like, you know, she could pass for like 23 or something, but she's not. She's currently 28. But it's like I don't get the Saturn Awards sometimes. Like, shouldn't there be a rule that once you turn 18, you don't qualify for younger performance anymore? I just find that very strange. I don't know. But yeah. But overall, I don't give much credence to the Saturn Awards to begin with. But it's at least interesting. It's interesting to see where they go and stuff. Like, it's hard to describe. Like where the nominations go, where certain things will get nominated or for some things. I don't agree with them a lot of the times. And like I said, I probably shouldn't be taking it very seriously, because it's like, if anyone can vote, then, like, no one has to, like, that's the thing, like, something like these where it's like you have the average audience voting for the nominees and the winners for stuff like this. It's like, they probably, like, most people probably watch, like, 7 movies a year? Whereas with something like the Oscars, you have, like, actual film professionals, like, people who work in the film industry, and they live and breathe by film. And so, it's like, I don't know. But, yeah. the question is for you, what do you think of the Saturn Awards nominations? Were there any snubs you were surprised over? Who do you hope wins in each category, if you can? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos, and if you want to see more, click... Jesus, click this.